This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday what we have discussed, guys, so we have created so remaining data type of custom fields, right? So different data type fields we have created, and so we came to know that how to work with all the data type of the fields. Okay, so not all, almost. Mm. So that we know, and we already know what is this project also. This is an institute project, and for Vivekananda Institute we are developing. So see here, you are an employee, guys. You need to think in this way. You are an employee, and you are implementing this project for Vivekananda. Okay, so your client is Vivekananda Institute, and once you implemented this project, so they will they will provide these kind of KT things, right? How they are going to use all kind of things, they will provide to their business users. Okay, marketing users and sales users, like that. So generally sales users we can call it as a receptionists. So that business users can use whatever you have implemented as of now and after these 3 months also. Okay, so who will give requirements to you? In that situation, Vivekananda Institute, okay, from that institute, a product owner might will be there definitely. So product owner means, so he know all the product. So product means this what you are going to implement that applications, generally we can call it as a product. So that product so can be designed by them only, Vivekananda Institute. So who will design? Some kind of business users, so business analyst or a product owner. So he implemented all these kind of designs. Okay, and he is well aware of those kind of things. Okay, so that product owner will give requirements to us, to our company, okay, to our team, whatever it means, and we need to implement that. Okay, good. So let's see here. Next, currencies, right? Mm, Before going to currencies, replace value we will see. So you know what is the object detail page, you know what is the record detail page, and what is the record edit page. Okay, all these terminologies you came to know. So if I want to go to object, what is the navigation? Set up objects search for students. Otherwise, click on the tab, particular tab, and right side quick access menu, click on the view fields. So these are the two ways you can go. And one more way is just if you log into this one setup, and here recent items are there, right? Can you see recent items? Okay, here. So these are the items you have opened recently. That is the meaning. Okay, so student or address, these kind of things. If you click on this one, what is one? Object definition. So object detail page. Okay, so these are the fields you have created. Okay, good. And now let me tell you one thing. Go to student records. Open any one record and field dependency. After this one, field dependency. I will note it down this one. Okay, so edit this one. Country USA, Indonesia, UK, Russia is there. So think about this one. Our institute is running India, USA, UK. Okay, think about this one. Russia also. Okay, nowadays our business, not our Vivekananda Institute business is running in these countries, and what they are going to do is in near future they want to change, instead of Russia they want to change the name with RSA. Okay, they want to change with RSA. Suppose you have implemented Russia, so during after few more days they come up with so some points. So we don't want Russia, we want only RSA. Can you please change the name? So that's what they can come up with. Vivekananda business owner, okay, business owner, and that requirement come to you, and you need to start working on that. Okay, so how to work on this one? What we need? Suppose wherever you have added Russia, suppose think about this one. If you add Russia, in some of the students are there with Russia. Think in that way. One guy and Janu is also from Russia. So if business is running in that country means definitely they should have okay students. Okay, so two students are there with Russia, and what they are going to do is they want to change name Russia with RSA. Okay, so for existing records, these are the existing records with Russia name is there. What we need to do, we need to change with RSA. Okay, here I am giving training, so two records are there, but in real time thousands of records are there. Thousands of records are there. Thousands of students are there who attended, so from Russia also in this Vivekananda Institute. So what you can do, you cannot go manually and you cannot change it, right? Okay, so in that situation, so there is an option called replace. What is this field? Pick list field. You need to go to pick list field. So go to object and go to that pick list field, country pick list field. Okay, country. There is an option called replace. So click on this one. Okay, you need to change Russia, right? Let me show you now. You need to change Russia. So give Russia. Okay, and change value. To which value you want to change? A new value, RSA. Where is this one? Here is not there. RSA is not there. So from this one, what you understand? So you need to create a RSA value, one more pick list value to this pick list field. Okay, so what you need? First, create new value RSA on this field. Okay, second, replace Russia with RSA on all records. Third, remove or deactivate Russia value on the field. That's it. Three things you need to remember, guys. Okay. So first you need to create a RSA value. So go back, cancel, go to that field and create a new value for the existing value. So click on new button. Okay. And what is that value? RSA. RSA. Okay. So save button. Okay. So I have created a new value. Next, now you know old value and you know new value and you know the students so which are already with Russia, right? So I think so John also Russia. It will take some time to update two values, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I need to replace this Russia so with RSA, right? So use this one replace button. And what is the exact name? So you need to give exact name RUSSIA. RUSSIA. Okay, exact name R also capital. Replace with RSA. Okay, and if you click on this one, that means even for few of the records, okay, if country is empty, even for few of the records, if country is empty. So John. Okay, oh, John, I opened it 2 times. It's okay. Ali, think in this way. Suppose if country is none, null, this meaning is okay. If you select this checkbox, what will happen? In this place also RSA will be added. That is the meaning of that one. Okay. So we don't want like that. We want wherever Russia is there, just in that place RSA should be occupied. So click on the replace button. So it will take some time, guys. At that time itself, it will not done. So in backend, some job will be run and it will take some time. Okay, cool. Now you have replaced it, and I told you right at that time itself, it will not. Yeah, now done. That job is done. Okay, it is a new org, and so not much data is available. That is the reason the job is so done immediately. But in real time, it will take some much time. Okay, so many thousands of records are there. That is the reason. Even this one also. See, refresh the page, and RSA will be there. Okay. Okay. Now edit it. So RSA is there, right? So check. And again, Russia also is there. Next step is what? From this pick list field, you need to remove Russia. We don't want Russia now. We are not going to use Russia. Okay. So, however, we are going to use, see here, Russia RSA. Instead of Russia, RSA is there. Just use that one. Okay. So, next step is what? Third one. Either remove or deactivate it. So, come to this one, and we don't want this one. So, deactivate it. Okay. So, deactivate means it will not be available. That is the main. These are the active values, these are the inactive values. So now edit this one. Now you can check it. Russia is not available. Guys, mute yourself. Disturbance is there. Okay. So now Russia gone. That's it. Because you have deactivated. So here refresh it. It is a old one. Russia gone. Okay. So that's how you can work with replace. I think yesterday somebody asked the question, right? So I told you those are not completed. So today completed that one. So simply what we have done, replace, and business case also I told. Okay. So in future they might ask to change this value with some other new value. In that situation, first the new value you need to create to that field. Second, replace that old field with new value on all the records. Okay. And third one, the old value you can remove it, deactivate it. And I have deactivated. In future, if you want, you can activate it. Once you activate it, it will be available in this list. Clear? Okay. Next, go with unique.
Hello.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. Like, if we replace the picklist values, so will that be changed everywhere? Like, if you have given any rule in any rules or somewhere else, so will that be changed in the
No, it
rules
will be
also?
changed only on the records.
Only in the records. Okay. In the rules and everything, we need to replace manually with
Rules
wherever
we
there is a
cannot
dependency.
use. Rules we cannot use it. Okay.
Okay.
Directly, generally, how we have given the rules, right? So value equal to, you can mention it. So you don't use like this way. So if it is a rule, right? Generally, how you can use rule name is equal to Russia, like that you can give it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this is manually given. Understand?
Okay.
This value
Okay.
is taken from the pick list value. So this value automatically, suppose if RSA is there, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is RSA.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, this is RSA is equal to, manually you have given Russia, you need to change
Mm-hmm.
these values. Okay.
Okay. We need to change it manually again.
Yeah, if you generally, if you give like this, you need to change it to manually. But here the value, suppose it is a field value. Think about this one. Record field value. Okay. Record field value will be taken whatever it is there, whether it is RSA, whatever it may be. Latest value only it will be taken. It is
Okay.
taking from the record only. Understand? Whatever
Okay.
there in the record, that will be taken. Remember that point. And it is not taken because of this one. It is taking because of the record. That we are
Okay.
going to see.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever it is there on the record, that will be picked up.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, good. So next, unique. So required, right? So required, everyone know required, right? Where we can required, you need to go to the field, okay, and put anywhere, suppose country or anything, and you want to make it as a required means here, can you see? Just click the checkbox required. Okay, good. And one more thing, okay. So default value is also there on the pick list value. Let me show you the default value also. Edit. However, during the time of record types, I will explain you about that default value. So wait, where is this one? Edit any field. Suppose if I want to make India as a default value, just select it. Checkbox, this checkbox. Okay, save it. I'm just showing you it is not a business requirement. It is not exact business requirement. Exact business requirement comes after record type topics. Okay, click on the default one and go over here. Okay, and if you create, not you. So who will create these records, guys? Student records, business users. So who are the business users? Receptionists. Receptionists who are working in Vivekananda Institute and they are locating in India, Russia, so USA, UK, all places, right? Anywhere, if they click on it, anyone, and you can see country by default it is India. Okay, country by default it is India. So previously by default it is none, but now by default it is India. So how it is happened? So on any of the pick list value, I have just made it as a default. That means if you creating any record by default, you are in a Russia receptionist or you are a UK receptionist, whoever it may be, by default it is India. Okay, not only here, anything. So generally here we don't give like that by default. Edit it, and once the record type topic is there, after that one we will see exactly. Next, okay. So unique. Next one is what? Unique. Let's see about the unique. Go to fields. Take email address generally, or phone number. Either an email address or a phone number should be unique. So let me tell you the business requirement now. So the business requirement is receptionist can take in the students details, right? So they can take the student details. You can see over here. Okay, and they are entering students email address. Okay, by mistake, suppose by mistake, so they have entered same email address on other student also. Okay, so you have attended, suppose think about this one. Okay, you have attended, you are also so ready to join in this training. You have attended for demo classes. These guys are attended for demo classes, and our receptionist from Vivekananda Institute noted down all your details. Okay, by mistake, generally human beings can do mistakes. So they have copied the other student email address over here. Okay, other student address email address over here also. So now if they want to inform any of the things, suppose today we don't have any class, they want to inform, generally they will inform via phone and they will inform via email. Okay, so phone, suppose phone, your phone is dead or something, whatever happens, you are unable to reach phone, and they sent to via email also, right? And email means you can access anywhere. But what will happen? Subbu didn't receive that email. Why? Because he has given another person's email. Think about this one. Janu email also added over to Subbu. So Janu get the email and Subbu didn't receive email, and Subbu joined and waiting. So when So class is going to start like that. I'm just giving a simple example about the business requirement. Okay, so in this situation, what you can do? You need to avoid duplications. Okay, same email you cannot add over to other students also. So that's what you need to avoid. So who will think this requirement? Business person. Okay, from Vivekananda Institute, a business owner can think this kind of situations, and he come up with one requirement. So that requirement is, so I don't want to allow duplicates, okay, for the student email address. He will give the requirement like that only. So don't allow students, okay, so do student email addresses as a duplicates, or student email address should be unique and you cannot allow duplicates like that. So based on their language sentences, they can form the English sentences. Okay, I'm just giving a simple example. So how to avoid this kind of situation, duplications on all the records on the student object on this email field? So you need to make it unique. So that's where unique occurs. So what you can do, go to email address field on the object. So go to email address field on the object. Okay, so where is email address? Open. Okay, so edit it, click on unique button, do not allow duplicate values. That's it. Okay, save it. Okay, now you are getting error. You know why? Because already for few of the records duplicates are there. That's what it is telling. Okay, so Jano email address is there on in this record and in this record also. And I want to tell one more point after this one. Okay, yeah. So what I can do is on this one record and these two records, so Jano is there. So on Subbu and here also Jano is there. So you need to change it to some other value. Check it, save it. Now you don't get any errors. Okay, so unique is selected on the email address field. So if you enter how many records, whatever it may be, by default, by mistake, our receptionist entered one person's email address onto another person. So think about this one, she will get error. Okay, so try to create a new record with the same email address. So these two only required field. One is email and second one is student name required field. So I'm not going to fill all the details. It will take time. No use. So what is this error? Duplicate value on a record. So record Jano. Okay. So see here. This is Ravi's record, but on the Jano's record, you have already given that same email address on Jano. What is that email address? You can copy this one. Okay, Jano email address. It is already there. So value, same value, unique values you should give. Duplicate values will not, okay, allow. Okay, they can see, and this kind of business requirement will be fulfilled. So now I have implemented, I have tested manually. So like you are also employees, right? You have implemented this functionality, tested it. Now what you need to do is you need to hand over this function. So this to testing team, and the testing team from your company, okay, will test these scenarios, and once that is done, then so this issue is fixed. Next. Let's go with record ID. So what is record ID? Go to tab here. So see the URL, guys. See the always URL. See, observe it, because it is a cloud. Observe URLs always. Ravi, open Ravi. What is this one? It is one record ID. So see here, copy over here. Okay, and go to Jano, open in a new tab another record. So see the URL. So it is common. If you observe, it is common. It is called domain. Okay, our domain, that is common. Okay, you are working in the same organization. Okay, but you are creating a different records, but this is common. But this is changing. If you observe, this is going to be changed. You can see now. This is for Subbu, this is for John, Subba, Hema. See here. Another record ID. Okay, so see here. First one, Ravi. This is for Ravi record. This is Ravi record ID. So second one, Janu. This is Janu's record ID URL. And third one, Subba. And fourth one, Hema. Okay. So these are see here unique. If I click this one, did you observe no duplications are there? If duplications are there, it will highlight like this. See here. If anywhere it is there, right? It is a notepad plus and you can download that one like this. Okay, cool. So next. So what is this record ID? Who created this record ID? So this is called a record ID. ID of the record. Meaning is what? ID of the record. Whose record is this one? Hema's record. You know, right? This is one record. For this record, this is ID. That is called, we are calling as a record ID. Okay, it is a ID of the record. So this is ID of the Ravi's record. This is ID of the Janu's record. This is ID of the Subba's record. This is ID of the Hema's record. Okay, so unique. This is what? Unique. Remember that one, unique. That means these IDs will not allow duplicates. Okay, good. Now, who created these IDs? Okay, let me show you. Click on new button. Here ID is there. When there is no data on the record, ID is there? No, ID is not there. So let's create one more students field. Shankar. Venu, simple names I'm going to use. Venu. Okay, I'm going to give Venu@gmail.com. Okay, no ID is there in the URL. It is a written URL and this one. Save it. See the URL, guys. Automatically ID is added for Venu record. Who created this one in this situation? System is creating. Salesforce is creating. Simply who creating? Salesforce is creating. So who creating this one? Salesforce. Okay, system or Salesforce, whoever. Okay. Salesforce is creating this record ID. When you enter the data and if you click on the save button and if you don't have any errors, then Salesforce by default create one ID. Okay, one ID for each record. It is a unique in entire this organization. Okay, clear? Going forward, we are going to use this. Okay, so this is called ID. Suppose I want to open Janu's record from the URL. How to open? Okay, go to here, Ravi record, right? I want to open Janu record. So Janu's record ID is this one, right? So after domain, if you enter Janu record ID and enter it. Okay, so automatically that record is represented with ID only. Okay, record is represented with ID. Next is what? record is represented or ID only. Remember that. So any record that will be represented with ID only. If you provide URL, automatically that. Okay. It's like in YouTube also, for any video, one ID will be there, right? It's like that kind of thing. Suppose I want to open Hema's record here. Okay, from here I want to open Hema's record. How to open? So you know the domain name. Okay, this is my domain name. See here, how to identify? Salesforce.com/. Always remember at the end Salesforce domain end salesforce.com/ is there. Okay, after that one, just paste it like this. ID. Enter it. Automatically Hema's record will be displayed after salesforce.com domain. Okay, like this. This is also salesforce.com. So this is a domain, slash is there. So remove or paste it like this, and that record will be displayed. Which record, if you paste it, that record will be displayed. Okay, this is called record ID. This is also one of the data type. ID is a data type again. Okay, next. So unique we have completed, replace completed, record ID is completed. Next, currencies. Okay, so let's go currencies. Okay, I want to, so currencies, right? As of now, by default, where is the amount, guys? Anywhere you can see amount, how much fees paid is there, right here? Where is the amount related things, guys? Fees. Yeah, here, right? Suppose think if we paid 12,000 and save it. Okay, so by default it is displaying dollar. Why? You know, this is the company. It's a Vivekananda company, and they want to follow with. So Vivekananda company, the technical word we can call in Salesforce is corporate or company. What is the, for what company you are developing this application? Vivekananda company. Okay, that means, so Vivekananda is the owner and he is going to use this application. Company name equal to Vivekananda. Okay, world class institute, whatever it may be. Vivekananda WIN. Yes, WINS. Okay, WS INS. Think in this. That is the name of the company. And generally, company or corporate, we can call it as a corporate also. Whatever. Okay, let's see here. Corporate. So company can follow, okay, a standard currency. Can follow standard currency. So what currency they want to follow? If it is in India, they want to follow Indian currency. If it is USA, they want to follow USA currency. So if that institute is locating, that means if Russia receptionists are working and they want to follow Russian currency only. Okay, based on the country, they want to follow currencies based on the CO Indian country. So business people want to follow their country's currencies. So how to do it? Suppose I told you, right, this business is located in different countries. Okay, and Indian receptionists, they are working, right? And they are a business people and they are working and they are entering your details, student details. And you suppose if you pay 12,000, it is displaying dollar, it is not a right thing. So what they can do? So they are going to tell us, or at least when you get the requirement, right, at starting of the project, when you get the requirement and the business owner itself tell, so based on the country, So our business people wants to add the money. That's what business owner tell to you in that requirement. Okay, and what you can do, you are an employee, you are a developer, and you are going to implement that solution for them. Okay, how to implement the solution? Go to setup. Okay, and go to company first. How to identify company here? Can you see company information? So click on the company information, edit it. What is the company name? Organization name is nothing but a company name. So from where it is coming? Did you remember? Developer.salesforce.com. You have given. So sign up. Okay, here if you given company name, I have given during that time field salesforce.com. Salesforce. That is the reason once you saved sign up, right? This name will be added to the organization name. Understand? That is the reason it is name. But you should give what? Vivekananda CMS, right? So change it to this one. Now, so this is the company name. So this is the owner for this product. Is the owner. Okay, good. I have changed it to Vivekananda. Next, what we need to do? So currency settings. Where is the currency? This is the currency, right? Okay. By default, what is the currency? USD. Suppose by default, if you don't want this currency local and you want to give Indian rupees, okay? So save it. Now currency is Indian rupees, okay? And company name is changed to Vivekananda WCN and the currency is changed. So let's go back to the students. Janu or suppose how much fees paid? 13,000. Okay, save it. 13,000 Indian rupees. Now it is displaying. Good, right? It is good if Indian receptionists are entering your details. But this is which country? Russian country. So Russian country receptionists are entering their student details. But even though if it is a Russian country, they are seeing Indian rupee symbol. It is not good. And if any USA receptionists are entering students from USA people, and for them also country, so I mean rupees is displaying for the money. So you need to avoid this one. You need to provide an accurate solution for this one. So in that situation, what you need for each country, you should have a separate currency. Okay, for each country, you should have a separate country. The solution is what for this one? Okay, this is the solution. How to do it? Next step is what? How to do it. That's it. Okay, next step. So let's go to company information again, edit it. You want to see it again, go to setup. Company and company information, click on it and edit it. Okay, I'm just repeating again. Next. So where is currency here? Can you read this one? Turning on multiple currencies introduce permanent changes on your order. Okay, so it will be permanent, you cannot revert it back. That's what that. So implement of the enabling multiple currencies. So below, can you see activate multiple currencies? Just select the checkbox and save it. That's what you need to do. Under currency section, you need to activate multiple currencies and it should be a permanent, you cannot revert it, and save it. So by default corporate currency, you can give either a USD dollar or a this one, that is your wish. Save it. Now I have enabled multiple currencies. So where can I see this multiple currencies option? Once I enabled, you can see currencies, manage currencies. So previously this manage currency is not displaying. So where is your company? I will show you. Can you see company profile, right? So as of now you are in the company information. You clicked and so selected the checkbox. Now this one is a newly added because you have selected the checkbox. That is the reason this option is available right now. So if you don't select, if you don't enable multiple currencies, so this option you cannot see this option. So now click on the manage currencies. Okay, so active currencies right now India is the only active currencies. Okay, and it is a corporate currency. So why? Because Vivekananda Institute is located in different countries. Okay, whatever country it might be, corporate is what? India. That means if any receptionist are entering the details, right? So by default Indian rupees are there. If they want to change it, so edit this one, and after that one some currency is there, so you can change it to that currency. I will show you. Once you created this one, you can see that one also. Okay, so let me add USA currency. So how to add? So go over here, click on the new button, create it. So where is USD dollar? USD. Okay, conversion rate. Now corporate is what? Indian rupees. If you compare with Indian rupees to US dollars, how it will be? Indian rupees to dollars. 0.00 conversion rate. Just give it. That means 1 rupee is equal to 13 paisa or 0.13 paisa, like that thing. And after decimal places 2, save it. Okay, so because I want to compare with the corporate currency only, so primary currency is Indian rupees. I am comparing with Indian rupees with USD dollars. Next, add one more currency for Russia also. Indian rupees with Russia. 0.91. 1 Indian rupee is equal to 0.91 Russian rupee. Okay, 0.91. Conversion rate 0.91 conversion rate, and Russian means Russian rupee, RUB. Save it. So you can see over here. So primary currency is Indian rupee, and you are comparing all these rates along with Indian rupees only. Okay. Next, and UK also. UK pound 0.01. So what is the symbol? UK pound, right?
GBP.
GBD. So search for GBD. British pound. Okay. Save it. That's it. Okay. So this in Vivekananda Institute is locating in these many countries, and so their receptionist can select any of their own country currencies. Okay, good, right? And all these conversion rates are compared with rupees only. If you compare US dollars with 1 rupee, 1 rupee is equal to 0.013 paisa. Okay, like that. So now done. Currency rates are done, and let's go back. refresh this one. Okay, so how much fees? 13,000. So I will show you where is this currency available. Can you see currency? One field, a new field is created by Salesforce, not by you automatically. Okay, and if you enable multiple currencies, this field will be created. I have enabled multiple currencies and added the other currency, so this field is created by Salesforce, not by you. And this is by default India. And suppose Subbu is located in Russia, right? So Russia means RUB. Okay, he paid 13,000 RBD. Think in this way, save it. Okay, see here RUB 13,000, and if you compare with Indian rupees, that's called 14,285 rupees with respect to Indian. Okay, in India, I mean to say, if you compare with rupees, he paid 14,285 rupees. In Russia, 13,000. Okay, like that. Go to other students and go to Hema. Suppose Hema is locating in which country? USA. Think in this way. Hema is locating in USA and she paid 2,000 US dollars. How could we know? So these, who is entering these details, country and how much fees paid, is entering by USA receptionists who are working in this company, Vivekananda company institute. So she could check US dollars and save it. Now see here, 2,000 US dollars is equal to 1,53,000. So this is not the fees, course fees. So I think so 200 US dollars is the right. Okay, now 15,000. Okay, she paid. So 200 US dollars she paid. And if you compare with Indian rupees, this is why only India is displaying here, because the corporate currency is India. That is the reason. And if you want to change the corporate currency, so go to change corporate currency. That means default currency from India to USD and save it. So now corporate currency is India. Understand? You can see India. So I have changed it India, and here it is automatically changing. Can you observe here? I have first time only I have added a values here, and based on the corporate currency, these values will be changed automatically by Salesforce. 1 US dollars is equal to 76 Indian rupees, and 1 US dollar is equal to 70 Russian rupees, and 0.84 pounds. Okay, just now corporate currency means, so refresh this one. Okay, and edit this one 200, so US dollars, save it. Okay, Indian rupees, 1 second, it is already. So click on the new one. Wait, let me go to any record. Yes, edit it, select UK, and currency you can change it to, so by default India is displaying, right? You can change it to, what is it? UK, not you. Where is UK? British pound, save it. Okay, oh sorry, paid, right? $150, save it. So it is not applying, it should apply, guys. It will take time. So generally, where is this one? I did this one. It will take some time to update this one, British pound, right? So generally, what is the corporate currency? US dollars, right? So what will happen, you know? So this will be USD. Remember that point. This will be USD instead of Indian rupees. This will be USD. After some time, if you update it, it will. Okay. Right now it is not updated, but generally whatever corporate is there, so it will be like this only. Okay, that's all about the currency. So what we have seen with respect to currencies, simply we have went to company information. Okay, and went to company information. There you have activated multi so currencies. Edit this one, and you have activated, and you cannot revert it. That's what they told. You cannot uncheck it. Okay, it cannot be reverted and save it. That means, so your company is so organizing their business in different countries. So we have activated different multiple currencies. That is a business requirement, and these are the company so locations, business units, company business units. Technical term is what? Company business units. And based on that one, we have provided this one. Okay, that is done. You need to select it manually from this one. What you understand, you need to select it manually. Clear? Any questions on this one? Till here? Done, right? 4 topics. Next. No questions? Good. Next is deletions. Okay, so next is deletions. Let's come to the point. So delete a record. Okay, first delete records. So go to students tab. So Venu record I have created. So how to delete it? Click on the delete button. I have deleted it. So check here.
Sir,
Venu
can
record
we
is
roll
there.
back the same?
Mm-hmm.
Can we roll back the deleted data?
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, that is not completed. That's what I'm going to tell you. Right.
Okay.
Okay, so I have deleted this record. Suppose more than 20 records are there, so those records cannot be displayed over here. So how to see all the records, guys? You need to click on the go button. Suppose you have more than 20 records like that, you need to click on the go button and you can see all the records. Okay, now Venu record is there, is not there. I have deleted just now. Where it will go? Can you see recycle bin? So click on the recycle bin. For your system also recycle bin is there, right? Same way in this, so arg also recycle bin is there. So see here, can you see my recycle bin, all recycle bin? All recycle bin means all other users recycle bin. So generally I told you, right, here all means, so who will delete these records? Generally business users only will delete records. Business users, so around the world, okay, receptionists around the world will delete these records. Okay, so all those records, suppose Russia receptionist deleted 10 records and India receptionist deleted 10 records. So all those records will be seen if you click on all recycle bin only. If you click on all recycle bin, all those users deleted records will be displayed over here. Suppose if you click on my recycle bin, then who is me? Mohan Trainee. Okay, think about this one. Who is me? Mohan Trainee. Whether I am a developer, right? I deleted this one. So I can see only deleted records which are deleted by me only. Remember that one. The records which are deleted by me only I can see here. If I want to see other business users who deleted the records, we can go to all recycle bin. Okay. Okay, cool. Next. So I want to undelete this record. By mistake I have deleted and I want to undelete. That means called restore it. I want to restore it. How to restore it? So select this one and click on undelete. Okay, select Venu, not Abhi, and then delete. Just select button. That's it. So here Venu record is not there, and where you can check, go to students and Venu record is there. And this ID is a old ID only, it will not be changed, and the data is also available, same data, old data only. So this will not be changed. So remember that point. When you delete a record, so we are not sure about the storage capacity of the recycle bin. Thousands of records are there.
Sir, up to what time data will be vanished? There is any
Whatever
certain.
storage capacity is there which is supported by organization, that will support by recycle bin also. If you
That's
bought
fine. In recycle bin, until how many days the data will be stored? There is any specific time?
That I'm going to tell. Actually 15 days. That I'm going to tell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you delete record, okay, so what will happen? It goes to recycle bin. Okay. Suppose in recycle bin you can see my records and other records, deleted records. Okay. If you undelete record or records, list of records. Okay. So what will happen to the old data? Old data will be same. That's it. Will not be changed. Okay. Old data will not be changed. That's it. That's what we have observed. Okay. So again, suppose Abhi data is there in the recycle bin. Go to here. Okay. If you delete a record, how many days? So it will be available here. Okay. How many days it will be available here? 15 days it will be available. The deleted record so will be available in recycle bin 15 days. Okay, 15 days. After 15 days, what will happen? So automatically this will be permanently deleted from the database, and you cannot see so Abib over here. Okay, you cannot see Abib over here. Remember that one. So till 15 days it will be available here, and after 15 days so it will be hidden. You cannot see this one. Okay, it is permanently deleted here. Only 15 days. So before 15 days, if you want to undelete it, you can undelete it. After 15 days, that's what I'm going to tell you again. Okay, after 15 days. So I think so either 1 month or 3 months. So this data will be so available in another server. So in Salesforce. Okay. So up to 3 months or up to 1 month, we are not sure. So that is a backend functionality that will be available. Okay, but so that will be available. This Abhi is available till 1 more month or 3 more months in the database, not in our database, a separate servers. And if you want to get this data, if you want to get the data, generally you cannot get directly. So okay, you cannot get directly. So how to get that data? You need to create a case with salesforce.com. I told you right here, help is there, right? Where is the help? You need to click on the help and you need to create a ticket to salesforce.com company. Okay, and you can mention that I have deleted this data, I want to revert it. Okay, once you have created a ticket with them, and they will check your data, particular object and these records, and before 3 months or before 1 month, if the data is there deleted, then they will revert it and they will send you the data in an Excel format or like that. They will download it and they will get it to you. Okay, and you can do whatever you want after that one. So generally here, soft delete and hard delete. Okay, so in the backend servers also, even though if you delete here in the backend till 1 to 3 months, it will be available. After 3 months, and the data permanently purged, the data permanently deleted. That means that is called hard delete. That means so even Salesforce cannot help you to get the data. Salesforce cannot help you to get the data. Remember that one. That's called permanent deletion. Okay, until then this is called soft delete. Think in that way, you can get it. No, for free service they won't give. It is a paid. That is not a paid service. You already paid some amount of money to buy the license, right? You are a licensed person, and if you are a licensed person, they will just, if you raise a ticket, they will so hand over the data to you. You don't bother about the service. It's a free service only, not a paid service. You are not buying a new license, you are asking your data. Okay, that is a free license. Okay. I think so. For today, that is enough. Tomorrow we will see. So deletion of the fields, deletion of the also. 1 second. Okay. And tomorrow we will see standard objects and custom objects. Now you can ask the question.
This conference will now be recorded.
So the question is, what will happen if you click on the empty or recycle bin, right? What is the meaning of empty? Removing data or recycle bin. That's what the meaning is. If you click on this one, suppose 100 records are there in my recycle bin, 100 records will be deleted from here. Okay, empty. You don't need to select one by one. Automatically those records will be gone away. Now if you want records, you need to create a ticket with salesforce.com, get it. That is the only way. And empty your organization recycle bin. That means all other business users records also will be deleted from the recycle bin. That is called this option. Okay, cool. And just a recap what we have discussed in today topic, guys. So first we have discussed about the pick list values. So replace pick list values, and we have given a business scenario for Russia country. I want to change Russia value with some other RSA like that. Okay, as per the business requirement. What are the steps we have done for this one? First, you have created a new value, and next step is what? Replace old value with new value, and third, deactivated the old value. So that's where replace pick list value done. Next, how to provide a default pick list value. So there is an option called default. You can check the checkbox. You need to go to any pick list value and check the checkbox. That's what we have seen. Next, we have seen unique, and for email address we have seen unique, right? Yeah. So that meaning is what? It will not allow duplicate values. Okay, that is called unique. It is an option, you can check it. And next, for that also business scenario I told. Next, currencies, and for currencies also I told the business scenario. So our business is located in different countries and different business users, so they want to enter the data amount also, and they want their own countries so currency. That is the reason we need to enable the multiple currency and create different currencies based on the countries. That's we have done. And next, record ID. So we have seen, for if you create a record, automatically Salesforce will create ID for that record. That is a unique one, and it is not having a duplicate. For each record, there should be one unique ID. The record will be represented with ID only, and you can copy paste the ID in the URL. After domain, automatically the record will be opened. That we have seen. And next, deletions we have seen. If you delete a record, it will go to recycle bin, and it will be there for till 15 days. Okay, and here my recycle bin means Mohan trainee deleted records will be available here. And if you click on the all recycle bin means all business users who are working in the same account, okay, their deleted records will be available over here. And if you want to undelete it, so select those records and delete it. And empty recycle bin means it will be removed all the your records only. And empty your organization recycle bin means, so it will remove all recycle bins data also. And after deleting this data, and it will not be available to you, so you need to contact salesforce.com company, create a case, contact them, they will provide those data to you. So that's all we have discussed today. It's a recap. Okay.